Welcome to another travel product review. Today we're going to review Circle Line Best of New York City Skip the Box Office Cruise. And the one thing about our reviews are they're always favorable. What we do is we're going to look at this product on GetYourGuide. We're going to look at the text, photos, and the reviews and try to give you a little feedback of what I see when I come across that product. Now we're also going to keep this video to 10 minutes. That's why we're going to start this timer right now. So that way we don't just drag on just trying to talk. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I see when I look across a new product, and maybe I'm interested in going to New York City, but I always like to look at the title. Seems like it should be a given, right? But this is Circle Line Best of New York City Skip the Box Office Cruise. Now, I think this is a little wordy, right? The Circle Line Best of New York City Skip the Box Office Cruise. Seems a little wordy. I know that this is a popular tour, but it's a little confusing because I don't really understand where the cruise is going, but I guess it's just in New York City. But I always like to take a look at that. The other thing I've noticed is that it has 40 photos. I think that's a little too much. Like, you should curate some of your photos. Only put the best ones that show everything that you want to do. I'm sure if you just put all your photos, they will get a little repetitive. So I like to kind of just see, this is Circle Line, Best of New York City, Skip the Box Office Cruise. So I'm just going to now I read a little bit in the description that you pass by the Statue of Liberty. This is an amazing photo of somebody taking the picture with the Statue of Liberty behind it. It probably fits perfect in the picture behind. And then this is what it looks like. You got some awesome views of New York City. This is like a photographer's dream, and especially if you catch it on a nice day. This is what the cruise looks like. Looks super wide. It also looks like if you don't catch it on the right time, the weather could be a factor in this. And then I guess this is the box office, or this is where you pick it up. And skipping the line is maybe something that I don't see. So I kind of just glance at those photos. That's why I only think you need somewhere between 10 or 15 photos, your best photos. And I know most people don't even look at all that. Now, the quick thing I do next is I look at the number of reviews. And this has 1,979 reviews. Now that just tells me that this is a popular thing to do when you visit New York City, because when you have that many reviews, especially on GetYourGuide, it's a popular tour. And now I also want to click and see what type of prices it is. This has infants, children, and adults, and I just kind of want to see how much it is. And then also I'm glancing over this to see if this is a year-round product. I know New York City, sometimes it could get cold, so they are still participating throughout some of the winter months, and it doesn't look like there's any discounts for going during the weekend. And if I just click on this, it just gives me an idea that it's a 2.5-hour cruise. If I look up the duration right here, it says 2.5 hours. And look, there's an audio tour in multiple languages. And it just says that you save $9 when you book for a child. And then those are your 2 start times. And that's what I'm kind of doing. I was kind of looking to see if there's any discounts during the week versus the weekend. I'm seeing what's the different rates. And now I'm going to kind of get into the highlights here. The Marvel at Manhattan Skyline on a sightseeing cruise around the island. That's covered in the picture. Sail within 100 feet of the Statue of Liberty for the best photo opportunities. I like what they did there. They mentioned actually how far you're going to be away from the Statue of Liberty. And 100 feet is closer than a football field because that's 300 feet, so you're pretty close. See important landmarks, including the Brooklyn Bridge and Yankee Stadium. That's awesome. It includes sports fans. It includes people that want to see the famous Brooklyn Bridge. Hear entertaining and insightful narration about the sights and guides. Enjoy a seamless experience and comfortable climate-controlled vessel. I like right there in the comments. There's some boats that I noticed that may not have AC, and this says there's a climate-controlled section. That's good for different people. Let's see how much time I have. I got about 5.5 minutes because I like to do these reviews within 10 minutes. Now, Sometimes the description is kind of repetitive. That's why I'm just kind of glancing it over. It gives you a little bit other information. 3 rivers, 7 major bridges, and then so it's already kind of it's just a longer version of that. And then I like to look at what's included and not included. So 2.5-hour cruise in a climate-controlled vessel, good to know. Professional guide providing live narration throughout. That's important to know. You also have the audio guides. Non-English speaking guests may download the complimentary Circle Line Sightseeing app on their mobile device. This allows guests to listen to a guided tour while on the boat. The current available language are Spanish, French, and Portuguese. Please bring your own personal headsets to listen to the tour. Headsets are not provided. This is interesting because in other products like tour buses, sometimes they provide headphones. They're saying download the app and follow along with your own devices. Good to know. And then I kind of just go, not allowed food, drinks. The app allows guests to listen to the guided tour. And then that's kind of what I'm fulfilling, that it's covering everything about the tour. So it's pretty fulfilling. Now I'm going to get to the reviews. Now I normally only stick to the 1- and 2-star reviews, and the reason why I do that is because if it's positive, it's going to tell me everything that was already mentioned up above. So we're going to click on the 1-star review. What I'm doing in these reviews is I'm trying to look at when it was posted and also what information. Now, if it has anything to do with weather, this is already, they showed you pictures. There's a top area, there's a bottom area. So you already know weather could be a factor. And so we're going to look at that. Missed boat by 2 minutes, did not get to go. So much traffic in New York City, took 40 minutes to go. 1.1 miles by taxi. Now, this is the part that I don't understand. If you're trying to make it and you don't know where in the city you're going to be, you have to leave extra time to get there. I know that they have to stick to an itinerary. They have to leave and disembark at the time. Unfortunately, if you do miss it, you miss it. That's not on them. But the review gets listed on there. I don't think that's fair. The guide didn't stop talking during the 2.5-hour trip. Interesting. The sound system was very loud. His constant monologue was really, really tiring. How can you quietly enjoy the view with this annoying noise? This or that, right? Some people want to hear a narration. Some people just want to enjoy and relax. I'm sure that there's other sightseeing companies. And that would be interesting for the company to change and maybe make how much time he talks versus how much time they don't talk. I think that's important to know. We booked a round trip, only got to see half of it. It's a shame that we weren't told in advance. I don't understand that. That there's 2 parts. We cannot hear the guide. Going too fast in the most interesting places, way too slow at Harlem. These are like subjective things. You don't know if people are taking pictures. I know when I take pictures, sometimes I'm not paying attention. I'm listening to my kids. It's hard to follow along. Even if you're trying, the distractions might be there. So all these negative reviews, to me, it's pretty subjective. And this is why I think some of these companies like GetYourGuide should consider a shelf life for the reviews, especially negative reviews, because the company could have gone and fixed some of these things, and that negative review gets to last a lot longer. And then I just kind of, before we leave, I always like to take and just do a quick Google search to see what some other people are doing when they're searching, right? So what I like about this company is how they listed it, Circle Line Sightseeing Cruise, our world famous Best in New York. You find the company's website in one Google search of the title. Sometimes when you do that, you find other companies, competing companies, and that might already compete with your business. But Circle Line, I think that's why they have Circle Line in the name, and then that way it helps land to their site. The only thing, going back to the pictures here, is there's no drone shots that I saw, and drone shots of the boat is what I would like to see that it doesn't have. This is always from that's a shot from somebody's seat. That's a shot from somebody's seat. So these are I would like to see one drone shot from the air looking at the boat as it's traversing near the Statue of Liberty. That'd be an awesome shot. And most of these photos are what you see from the boat. And I always like seeing, when it comes to boats, exterior shots of the boat, but with distance. This is too close. Somebody's zooming in on that camera there. And that's going to do it for my review. I think this listing is pretty solid. They do a good job. They have plenty of photos. They describe the tour really well. And I think I wouldn't want to change anything. So that's a good listing there. I definitely think that if you found this feedback helpful and it helped make your decision to choose this product, then give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe as we do more content like this, where we give feedback in different tours and traveling things to do around the world. And we'll put a link in this video's description so you can click on it and purchase it from Get Your Guide. And that's going to do it for this video. So I just want to say, if you're planning a trip from New York, we hope that you have a good time.